Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Mike, here today to talk to you about something very depressing. It is the fact that the Seattle Seahawks have worked out Blake Bortles. That wasn't a lie. They have actually been working out Blake Bortles. With the injury to Russell Wilson and, Geno Smith now being the starter, I guess they want, maybe some more assurance at the quarterback position. So today we're going to kind of dive into Blake Bortles and see what's going on there, as weird as that is. But before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Make sure to hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new content. We're posting pretty much every single day, so make sure you don't miss any episodes. But on to Blake Bortles. Now, I think for Seahawks fans, if Blake Bortles were to actually be signed, and if he were to, see any significant playing time at all, that would be like the equivalent of like dating a supermodel and then breaking up with that supermodel and then dating like Amy Schumer or something like that, right? I mean, it's just a total downgrade, something that you never want to see. When I saw the tweet from, I believe it was Field Yates, that said that they were working out Blake Bortles, I shed a tear. I did shed a tear. I won't lie. Just the thought of Blake Bortles being employed by the Seattle Seahawks, it's enough to make a grown man cry. But, why is Blake Bortles so bad? I think some of you may be wondering. Well, Blake Bortles, he's drafted third overall in the draft out of UCF. So I guess it can't be that bad, right? No, this guy was a total bust. Throughout his career, he's 24-49. And that includes a year where he went 10-6. Every other year he's went 3-10, 5-11, 3-9, 3-13. Like, the dude's just awful. His completion percentage is sub 60, which is awful. He's thrown 103 touchdowns to 75 picks. I mean, that's not terrible, I suppose. But just Blake Bortles, he's just a goober, right? He's just a goober. He's not a good quarterback. I'll never forget that interception he threw to Chris Jones. He just threw it right at him. Blake Bortles just has never been able to figure it out, unfortunately. Hasn't played since 2019 with the Rams, I don't believe. And, the fact that if there's any friction to this report, then the Seahawks are in a lot of trouble. Our season could potentially come in the hands of Blake Bortles, and dear God, that is terrifying. But the good news is I think that it's just kind of smoke. I don't think that we're actually going to sign Blake Bortles. At least I hope not. And if we do, assuming nothing happens to Geno, then Blake Bortles should just hold the clipboard and he should never really see the field. Now, we're in a lot of trouble if Geno Smith gets hurt, because if Geno Smith gets hurt, then I think this is a real possibility. But for the time being, and hopefully for the rest of time, Blake Bortles will not be a Seahawk. He will not be allowed to destroy this beloved franchise with his just derpness. I know Blake Bortles was kind of a meme. A lot of people like Blake Bortles, which is great. I love meme players. Trace McSorley. I love, Puna Ford is a meme in the Seahawks community. There's a lot of meme players, but I don't want a meme player being the starting quarterback of my team that's looking for a playoff push. On one hand, though, if we did sign Blake Bortles, he could act as almost a spy, right? Because he's been with the Rams. Maybe he studied there. Maybe he could be like a spy for the Rams. We could bring him in. He could tell us all he knows. Boom, play the Rams, beat him, cut him. And we play the Jaguars coming up. I know he spent a lot of years down in Jacksonville, so maybe he could, help us out there. I don't know. I think that's probably the only purpose he really serves. And if he did get in the game, I think the only thing we would really have him do is just throw screen passes to DK Metcalf and just hand the ball off to Chris Carson. So Blake Bortles is probably, fingers crossed, not going to be the next franchise quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. And I just want to let you guys know that, he did do a workout, but I don't think there's any smoke to that report. So I will see you guys later, and let's hope that Blake Bortles doesn't sign.